Good day everyone. So in today's video we are going to start off with the next three conversions, that is binary number system to decimal number system, octal number system to decimal number system, and hexadecimal number system to decimal number system. So let us begin with the number fourth conversion, which is from the part 2, that is binary number system to decimal number system. Okay, again over here as well we are going to learn some new tips and tricks which is going to be universal. If you learn them and if you just apply them in any of your conversions, that is from any of the number system to decimal number system, it makes your work easy and very simple. So let us begin. So finally we are going to start off with binary number, that is, let's say 1 0 1 0 1 1, or maybe some other random numbers will be proceeding with. Okay, so this is binary number and we are going to convert this into a decimal number, right? And as we remember in the previous videos we have studied that binary has a base number of 2 and decimal has a base number of 10. So let us proceed how this has to be done. As we can see that the numbers are written in horizontal format, right? So we are going to convert this horizontal into a vertical format. Now there are two different methods and it could be some more. You can give it in the comment section if you know any other method. Right now I'm going to show you one of the methods, that is the horizontal to a vertical form. Okay, so let us note down the numbers, that is 1 0 1 0 1 and a 1. Okay, and then since these numbers are from the binary number system, we are going to multiply it with 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, and 2 to the power 5. And if the number is more, this value may increase. Now let us begin. What is the value of 2 to the power 0? It is 1. What is the value of 2 to the power 1? It's 2. What is the value of 2 to the power 2? It's 4. What is 2 to the power 3? It's 8. What is 2 to the power 4? It's 16. What is 2 to the power 5? 32. Okay, now we also see a very unique pattern over here, that the numbers are just getting doubled, right? 1, 2, 2 is double 4, 4 is double 8, 8 is double 16, 16 double 32. So in future questions you might not use this value. So this is the pattern which we are using, from which the answer we have received this. Okay, so let us now multiply. Now what are the values we need to multiply? The quotient that has been given with the values in the bracket. So 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into 2 is 2, 0 into 4 is 0, obviously, 1 into 8 is 8, 0 into 16 is obviously 0, and 32 into 1 is equal to 32. So when we'll add this up, 32 plus 8, 40, and then 3, so the answer is 43 in decimal number system, which means that if we as a human understand this 43, computer understands this value as 101011 using this process. Next we are going to take another number. Let's take any random number. Let's say it is 11001. Okay, I've taken a smaller number, and then we are going to convert this into decimal number. So we'll copy these horizontal numbers into vertical numbers. So let us begin with 1 1 0 0 and a 1, and the values will increase from 2 to the power 0 till 2 to the power 4, right? It will be obviously from bottom to top, and the numbers will be copied from top to bottom. Do mention and do not forget this method. So 1 into 1 is 1, 0 into 0 0, 0 4 is a 0, 1 into 2 to the power 3, that is 8, 1 8 is a 8, 1 16 is a 16. So 16, you just need to add these values at the end. So 16, 8, 24 and then 125. So this value is 25 in decimal format, which the computer understands it in binary format, that is 11001. Next, third question, we are going to use it as the number, let it be 1100 1010. Okay, I'm taking a bit lengthier number, and which is in the base of 2 and will be converted it into the decimal number system. Okay, so we have these values in the horizontal which has been converted into vertical format, and let us solve it. That is 0 ones are 0, 1 into 2 2, 0 into 4 0, 1 into 8 8, 0 into 16 0, 0 into 32 0, 1 into 64 64, and 1 into 128 is 128. So when we'll add them up, it turns up to be 10 plus 4 14, 14 plus 8 is equal to 22. So you will just do a normal addition, 2 and 2 will be carried. 6 2 returns 10, so you will write 0 and 1 will be carried, 1 and 1 returns 2. So obviously the number is 202 in decimal format, which in binary will be written as 11001010. So do not skip the video, because at the end I'll be teaching you all a very shortcut and a very fast method to convert the binary to decimal, octal to decimal and hexadecimal to decimal number system. So stay tuned, and now I am going to move to the next conversion, that is octal number system to decimal number system. So let us begin with a very first question. Let's say 496. Okay, now what is so unique about this? If you can find it, just pause the video and just send it in the comment section what unique or maybe what's wrong in the question. Okay, so the time's up. Anyways, the mistake over here is that since it's an octal number system, I cannot use any number after 7. So having a 8 or a 9 in the question is a mistake. So do remember this point. So you can only have 0 to 7. So now I have converted the quotient into 436 in octal number system, which will be converted into decimal number system. Okay, and let us begin. What is the process? So similarly, again horizontal to vertical. So we'll note it down, 436, and then it will be multiplied into what? Previously we did it in the binary had a base of 2, so 2 to the power 0. Now we are coming from octal, so it will be 8 to the power 0, 8 to the power 1 and 8 to the power 2. So 8 to the power 0 is equal to 1, 8 to the power 1 is equal to 8, and 8 to the power 2 is equal to 64. And then if we just multiply them, that is 6 into 1 is equal to 6, 3 into 8 is equal to 24, and 4 into 64 is equal to 256. So when we will add them, this will end up at 16, and then this will end up at 8 and then 2. So when we will add these values, the answer will end up at 286 in decimal format. Similarly, we are going to do a second question over here. So let's take it as a smaller number, let's say 63 in octal number system, and then we are going to convert this into decimal number system. Okay, so let us begin with 63. So obviously the first step would be horizontal to vertical, that is 63 multiplied by, since we are coming from octal, it should be 8 to the power 0 and 8 to the power 1. So what is the value of 8 to the power 0? It is 1, and 8 to the power 1 is obviously 1. So let us multiply. 3 ones are 3, and 6 into 8 is equals to 48. So when you will add them up, so it ends up at 51. So your 63 in octal number system will be written as 51 in decimal number system. Next we are going to start off with a third question, that is, let's take it a bit bigger number, maybe 4 digit, let's say 1036 in octal number system, and when converted into decimal number system. So what should be our first step? Yes, very correct, that is 1036 in horizontal must be converted into vertical format, that is 1036, obviously multiplied with 8 to the power 0, 8 to the power 1, 8 to the power 2 and 8 to the power 3. What is 8 to the power 0? It's 1. What is 8 to the power 1? It's 8. What is 8 to the power 2? 64. What is 8 to the power 3? It's 512. Right? And when we'll multiply them, that is 6 ones are 6, 3 8s are 24, 0 64s are obviously 0, and 1 into 512 will be 512. So when you add them up, you'll get a result of 6 plus 4 plus 2, 2, and then 1 will be carried, 4 will be added, and it will be 5. So 1036 when written in decimal number format, it will be 542. Okay, so we are also going to proceed with our fourth question over here. Now this is something really very unique, you are going to love it. That is 1733, okay, written in octal number system, which when converted to decimal number system, what should be the number, right? So let us just find it out. So obviously the first step is horizontal to vertical format, 1733, followed by you need to multiply with, okay, may I write directly as 1, 8, 64 and 512? I hope it's not wrong. And if it's a 5 digit, obviously the number would be multiplied by 4096. So let us multiply. 3 ones are 3, 8 3s are 24, 64 multiplied by 7 is equal to 448, 512 is equals to 512. So when we will add them up, it will result in 7, 1 carried, 8, 1, it will just be 9. So it ends up at 987. Correct? Now what is so unique over here in the last question and the first question? Do remember that decimal number system has a base of 10, which means it carries 0 to 9, right? So it can be an 8, it can be a 8 or a 9 or maybe a 0 to 9, any numbers are possible. But when we are dealing with the octal number system, a very important point that I had already shared it in the beginning, if you all remember the very first question, that there cannot be any other number except from 0 to 7. So you can see 8 and 9 are not possible. So now we are going to move to the next video, that is hexadecimal number system to decimal number system. So let us begin with our very first conversion of hexadecimal number system to decimal number system, and that is 1A6. And what should be the base? Obviously, since it has A to F, and obviously it is going to have the base of 16, and it will be converted into decimal number system. So again, since all these three conversion have a very same and it has a similar principle, that is horizontal to vertical. So we are going to use 1, then A, and then 6. But what do I multiply with A? A we cannot multiply, it's not algebra over here, right? So we know that A stands for 10. If you all remember that A stands for 10, B for 11, C for 12, D for 13, E for 14 and F for 15. You must know this key whenever A, B, C, D, E, F appears. So obviously for A we are going to use 10. So let us just put it in the bracket so that the multiplication part becomes easier. And obviously we are going to multiply it, but with what? Obviously we are coming from hexadecimal, so this is your rule number 2, that is 16 to the power 0, 16 to the power 1, 16 to the power 2, right? So what is the value of 16 to the power 0? It is 1. 16 to the power 1 is equal to 16, and 16 to the power 2 is equals to 256. And then when we are going to multiply it, it is 6 ones are 6. 10 into 16 is equal to 160, and 1 into 256 is equal to 256. And then when we are going to add them up, it's going to end up at 422. Obviously 6, 6, 12, and then you can do the addition part later on, and then you are going to end up at 422. So 1A6 will be written as 422 in decimal number system. Let's move to our very second question. Let's take a smaller number. Let's say 2B. Okay, we are going to convert it from hexadecimal to decimal number system, right? So the first rule is horizontal to vertical, that is 2B, but then we cannot use B, so instead of B we have to use 11, right? So 11, so it is obviously 16 to the power 0 and then 16 to the power 1, so obviously it would be 1 and then 16. So 11 into 1 is equal to 11, and 2 into 16 is equal to 32. So when you add them up, it will be 43. So I hope these steps are very easy for you. Next we are going to do 2 more sums which are really very unique and very interesting. Our third question is D3C in hexadecimal format, which will be converted into decimal number system, right? So again, the very first is, we all know by this time, that is horizontal to vertical, it's D3C. And obviously if I write over here 1, I hope you all know it why, that is 16 to the power we are coming from, so it will be 16 to the power 0 results in 1, then we have 16 to the power 1 that results in 16, and then 16 to the power 2 we have 256. But what about D and C? We know that for D we are going to use 13, and for C we have to use 12. So 12 ones are 12, 3 into 16 is equals to 48, and 13 into 256 is 3. Yeah, it's 3328. So when we'll add them up, it will result in 8 followed by again 1 carry and then 8, and it's 3. Yeah, so D3C when converted from hexadecimal number system to decimal number system, it will result in 3388. Correct? Next we are going to do our very last question of this conversion, that is 40E9. We are going to convert this into hexadecimal to decimal number system. So moving next, we have 40E9. So we are going to convert this 40. Instead of E, can we write 14? Yes. And then 9 will be multiplied with 16 to the power 1 is equal to, 16 to the power 0 is equals to 1. 16 to the power 1 is equals to 16. 16 to the power 2 is equals to 256. And 16 to the power 3 is equals to 4096, which when multiplied will result in 9 ones are 9. 14 into 16 is equal to 224. 0 into 256 obviously 0, and 4 into 4096 will return in 16. Okay, 16,384, right? So when we are going to add them up, it is going to result in return in 16,617. I hope the questions are quite clear and quite interesting for you. That is 40E9 when converted from hexadecimal number system to decimal number system. Okay, so as mentioned earlier in this video, that now I will be at the end I'll be sharing a very quick and a very fast method to solve these questions. So before I begin, I would request all of you all to note down these questions in your notebook, and then we are going to do it really very fast because I need to rub this. So just note it down, pause the video and just note it down. So let us begin. First, what is it? We are converting the binary to decimal. So the method is that over here, draw two lines just for the separation. Okay, on the left we are going to use the binary part, and in just a fraction of second you will get the answer in decimal number system. Okay, so in the very first we are going to write, obviously remember it's going to be from right to left, 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 5, and so on till whichever is your last digit number. Okay, and then we are going to solve these values as well. That is 2 to the power 0 is equals to 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, then 64, then 128. Then obviously you know that what will be 2 to the power 8 is equals to 256. If required, you may write. Now what was our very first question? Okay, just for your revision, I'm just sharing the question with you. It was 101101. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to start from the right hand side. Okay, so if we just read from right to left, the values were 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Okay, it looks like a palindromic number, but there's nothing to get confused. So we can do it very directly. Wherever we have 1, just add these values. When we are going to add them up, that is 32 plus 8, 40, plus 4, 44, and then just 1, that is 45. And wow, you have your decimal number system got converted in just a fraction of second. Let us note down the second question. It was 1011. So we are going to note down the question from right to left, that is 1101. So wherever you have 1, you just need to read out those numbers, that is 8 plus 2, 10 plus 1, 11. So 1011 when written in decimal number system, yeah, I know that it's really very fast. You may do it, but for then your addition must be very strong when it comes to the values. Next, third question we have was 1 with triple zeros and 1 1. So we are going to write it from right to left. So let us write 1 1 0 0 0 and then 1. So let us add it. 1 is below 32, followed by the next one is below 2, that is 32 plus 2, 34 plus 1, 35. So the answer is 35. Isn't it faster? So let us do the last one, and if you all did it much earlier than me, just write it in the comment section which method is much faster and easier for you. So the fourth and the last question of this conversion using this quick method is 100101. So we'll write it from right side, 101 00 and a 1. So obviously it would be 32, right? The first value would be 32, then followed by 4, that is 36, and then at last is 37. So the answer is 37. So what do you think? Give your answer in the comment section below. Which method is faster for you? Next, we are going to do the conversion of octal number system to decimal number system, right? So we have 1250 and then 36 and then 104 and then 2376 in octal number system, which needs to be converted into decimal number system. So just pause the video, note down the questions, and meanwhile we'll have the format ready. Okay, so here's the format, that is 8 since it's an octal number system, 2 decimal number system. So we have 8 to the power 0 as 1, 8 to the power 1 as 8, 8 to the power 2 as 64, 8 to the power 3 as 512. So the values are ready. Now let us copy the very first question, that was 1250. So we are going to copy it from the right to left, that is 0, 5, 2 and 1. So we are going to multiply these values and eventually we are going to add them up. That is 512 into 1 is equal to 512 plus 64 into 2 is equals to 128. 512 plus 128 sums up to 640. 640 plus 8 5s are 40, that is 680, and obviously 1 0 is 0. So your decimal number system becomes 680. Next we have 3 6. So we are going to write it from the right hand side, 3 6. So what we have to do, 3 into 8 24 plus 6 into 1 6. So 24 plus 6 is equals to 30. Next question was 104. So we are going to note it down from the right hand side. So it is 104. When converted it into the decimal number system, it will be 64 into 1 64 plus, obviously we are not going to do this, 64 plus 4 ones are 4, so it will add up to 68. So our next question was 2376. Obviously we are going to write it from right to left, 6732, right? So 2 into 512 returns 1024 plus 3 into 64 returns 192. So when you will add these values, 1024 plus 192 will result in 1216 plus 1216 plus 8 7s are 56. So 1216 plus 56 returns 1272, that is 1272, plus 1 into 6, that is 1272 plus 6 results 1278. So what do you think about these types of conversions, which is a much quicker method, faster method, and obviously a very appropriate? But do remember that this is just a quicker method to find out your answer. If your school doesn't allows you, you can use the previous method which I have taught you all in the beginning of the video. Okay, so in the hexadecimal number system to decimal number system, we are going to convert right now using the quick method. So we have these two questions, that is 1 2 in hexadecimal format, which will be converted into decimal number system, and obviously the next question is A4D, which will be converted into decimal number system. So let us find out how these two questions has to be done using the quick method. Okay, so here is the format that is already available in front of your screen. That is, since we are converting hexadecimal to decimal, so the format should be 16 to the power 0 is 1, 16 to the power 1 is 16, and 16 square is obviously 256. And our very first question was 1 2, remember? So we'll do it 1 and 2, obviously from right to left. So how are we going to proceed? 16 ones are 16 plus 2 ones are 2. 16 plus 2, it is 18. So wow. So our very first answer, that was 1 2 in hexadecimal, in decimal number system we are going to write it as 18, correct? Okay, and then we have our next question as A4D, right? So instead of D, can we write it as 13? Okay, then we have 4, and instead of A, can we write it as 10? Yes. So just for a point to be noted, you may write over here as A and D just for your reference purpose. So 256 into A, that is 256 into 10 is equals to 2560 plus 16 4s are 64. So 2560 plus 64 is equals to 2624 plus 13 ones are 13, that is 2637. right? So that's your second question's answer, that is A4D. When converted into decimal number system, it will return you 2637. Thank you. That's all from this video. Meet you in the part 3. So do not forget to give a like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to hit the bell icon. Once done, you will get all the updates regularly as the video is posted. Thank you.